Good morning, Pankaj.
Hey, Sujit, how are you, bro?
Badhiya.
Okay, so let's get started. So basically, the 21-day challenge begins on the 16th of April, the date that we've decided. But Navratra happens on the 9th. So Navratra would be a lovely heads up to our 21-day challenge. People who are professionals now, pros like Sujit, who've done amazing fasting and drag it for a long time. But we'll keep it very basic and simple this time, which is not 100% juicing. जो पित्त लोग हैं, they will obviously engage in at least one meal a day, and then they will have lots of fruits and juices throughout the day whenever they are hungry. Salad. जो वात लोग हैं, plain वात हैं, they can do lots of soups because वात में you need something warm. So you have soups and you have again a one meal a day, and you have juices and fruits. Only kaffas can do complete juicing. Kaffas are people like Rajat Ranjan who can go for months without food. But Dina is also.
Okay, so I just checked. It's today it's changed to 4.5 hours. They shift because of the daylight thing.
Oh, perfect. Oh, okay. But it changed today only, huh?
Yeah, today.
Okay, so let's keep this session interactive. Any Q&As we have. But my agenda now is to involve all of you guys who are the most active participants, which is Sujit, Irfana, Rajat, Dina, you guys. Let's create a name for our movement, which is eventually going to become big in the next few years. But let's give it a name. Nature Bright is what I started off with, and we haven't promoted it, but I will invest and promote it. I need suggestions from all of you. इसमें long term हम क्या करेंगे? We will do a lot of before afters. We'll do videos. We'll create our own channels. We'll promote it, and at least in India with some mainstream channel that will tie up with a Z News or a ABP News or a Aaj Tak someone, and we will get some editorial push also. Good, Dina. As long as you can hear, that's good. I got your message, so no problem.
Yeah.
You can disconnect and try to log in again. Maybe there's some connection problem here, but as long as you can hear us, that's good. So what I need all of your help is I want to keep this participative. Time in UK is 5:30 is what she said. 5:40. So I need your help and all to decide on a name for our thing. So he's Sujit says Nature Bright Movement, Nature Bright Foundation, or you want to keep it like something the blue zone. It's not a zone, but can we have a name and let's finalize that name, and we will all be actively involved. And the great thing is we will create a community of people who can remain healthy for a long time, healthy and happy, because generally our lifespan is increased to 70, 80, 90 years over the last half a century, but the health span is decreased, and the health span has come down to as much as 30. So by the time people are 30, they start developing all kind of ailments. So lifespan बढ़ाने का कोई फायदा नहीं if the health span is decreased. If you're living healthy till 30 and then you're living another 40 years on medication, it really does not help. So our objective is to increase the health span. 1. 2, which is very more important, that I would believe, as humans, we feel good. So yesterday I went to an event. It was INBA, which was the News Broadcasting Award. But you feel very good when you walk into a hall and so many people recognize you, and you meet people and you hug people and you interact with people. You don't feel alone. The beauty of Nature Bright movement, or whatever names you guys suggest, which I request you to put on the group, is we'll have a community. So when we go to LA, we've got Sujit. We go to Dubai, we've got Vijaya. We go to Noida, you've got me. We go to London, we've got Dina. So across the globe, we will have a community of friends, like-minded friends, and we are so well bonded because there is no agenda, there is no business, there is no transaction, but we are all friends. So we'll build a very nice community. We've got Rajat in Ajmer, we've got Rajat in Gurgaon, lots of friends who are across the world. Let's create a very nice, well-bonded community to help each other, to support each other, and to expand the community to a huge thing. And Sujit, you said on the work front, eventually this can become a self-sustaining model. I do not want to make a profit organization, but as we make this bigger, We will be hiring people in digital marketing. We will be hiring people who are professional Ayurveda practitioners like Dr. Nikhil Mehta. We will be helping. We will be getting people like Irfana who practices this formally. Irfana is a cancer survivor, and she does a lot of cleansing therapies and all. So we will engage people professionally also to work with us. We will need a lot of creative people, promo producers, to take it to the next level. So Sujit could take on that role. And obviously, when people are full-time engaged, there has to be some kind of a remuneration for people to, sustain who are going to be engaged full-time in it. As far as I'm concerned, I'm happy my business is doing well. I don't need anything from anyone. But we will need to collect some kind of revenues to offset the cost, right? And to make this a full-time kind of an engagement for all of us. Like what, you have the Isha Foundation, you have Sattvic Movement, so they have people involved. So eventually, isko ye karna hai. This 21-day program will obviously will be free for all of us to participate. But once we reach a threshold of 1,000 to 2,000 people participating in the next 6 months, then we can put some kind of a participation fee to generate like 10, 15, 20 lakhs, some 10, 20, $30,000, and to distribute it to people who are full-time engaged in promoting this and helping others doing. So आप सबसे पहले तो मेरे को नाम decide करो, all of you. Is it a Nature Bright Foundation, Nature Bright Movement? My word on Nature Bright was, it sounds very good because bright is always good and it's all nature. So I thought Nature Bright. And my thing was that we will tag each one of you as Nature Bright heroes, people who have participated in this, Nature Bright champions, Nature Bright evangelists. So iske multiple brand extensions nikalte hain. So what are your views, guys, on the name for our movement and our foundation?
Pankaj, for the name, I think since I don't know, I was not following it. If that was the thing, because naam aise impromptu to aayega nahi. I think at least for me, I'll need some time to think about it. I hadn't kind of followed that naam ke liye aaj hum mil rahe hain. I mean, that's this thing.
नहीं, आप सोचो आराम से मैक्स, आप आराम से सोचो, put in your suggestions on the group. So then the next 2-3 days we can do it. Then I've already deputed 3 people from my company on the digital side to start working on this, and we'll have creatives and videos. लेकिन जैसे आप 2-3 दिन में सब लोग नाम फाइनल कर लोगे, then we'll start using that as a brand name. And
cool.
Yes.
I spoke to the guys at Z News yesterday, and they are happy, so we can get some editorial piece also eventually, and on aligning with nature to take this movement bigger. So there's nothing has to be finalized now only, but hopefully in the next 1 or 2 days, max maybe in the evening you will get more creative, and you can send more.
Yes. Yes. But over here, Kasoli, afternoon and evening have been the same.
So when you get very creative, do not send the messages. Then just note them down somewhere. In the morning, you send the message, because otherwise you'll start the group with a lot of creativity.
Yes.
By the way, just to throw in a caveat, let me throw in a caveat here. This was on a lighter side, but on a more serious note, I propagate a healthy life aligning with nature, but I do not discourage people who like to enjoy themselves with a drink or two once in a while. I do not discourage them. I think it's it is one life that we have to live. And abhi is umar mein hum sadhu to ban ke sab kuch chhod nahi denge. So if you're enjoying that 1 drink or 2 drinks or 3 drinks, you're going out for a boys trip, I think it is healthy because it makes you feel good. It makes you feel positive. And as long as you're not harming anyone, as you're not violating things, then it's fine, Morning you detox, and once in a while enjoy your
the bonding that happens is different.
Yeah. So live a happy life, and obviously if you have no ailment, you can afford to have that 1 or 2 drinks. And when you're traveling, you want to have a pizza with a friend. Of course, you cannot say, "Nahi, main to pizza khata hi nahi hu. I can't eat." Then you'll detach yourself from life. So once you're with your kids, Sujit, your daughter or your son wants to have a pizza, then give them a company, have a slice or 2 with them, and that is your meal for the day. Have that pizza with your friends, and your kids will disown you. They want to have a Maggie or they want to have a burger. The same thing with me. So I cannot be seen as a sadhu in front of my daughter, but I won't have, as long as I know that the pizza is harmful, I will not use that as my meal every day, but once in a week I'll have it.
Yeah.
So that's that's what is the whole thing. So, okay, any questions for the session that we start, and then we can take it from there. Any questions? Vivek, you joined. You had some questions yesterday. You messaged me. I suggested, since yours is very specific, it is better that you consult formally with Dr. Nikhil Mehta. He's tried and tested, very honest, lovely guy, very good friend. Give me my reference. He has a very nominal consultation charges. आप उनसे consult करो, and over the next 2-3 months, he will talk to you every few days and guide you on your food habits, on your problems, and where you are going wrong, and he will correct you. Don't worry. हमारा जो नेचर ब्राइट का जो अभी the working title is Nature Bright Movement, NBF, or Nature Bright Foundation. At NBF, what we are doing right now is we are practicing a holistic life. You know, there is nothing that मेरे हाथ में दर्द हो रहा है तो मैं क्या करूं, या मेरे पैर में दर्द हो रहा है तो मैं क्या करूं. The problem is the same, whether it is the hand or the feet. It is vata, so you have to sort out the vata, or if it's the kapha or the pitta, you have to balance that out, and everything falls in place. You know, it's all about cleansing. We will also get Dr. Piyush Saxena on our. Sorry, Max.
Hi, Javi.
Hi, Max. How are you doing?
Just for the record, Vivek and we were batchmates at IMI.
At?
IMI.
Oh, lovely. Oh, lovely.
MBA. Yeah.
Very good. But all said and done, he looks much younger than you do.
He's genetically blessed. I'm not. The ravages of time. The ravages of time have not been kind on me.
No. God has been very kind on you. You've been kind on people. So, and good things will all happen to you, Max. You're a good human. That's important. Right? I've known Max for 23 years, but he's amongst the few people I've known who's never had any agenda. He's always been kind to people, and he's always believed in living for the moment, which is also a very good exercise, which is a brilliant thing. You know, it makes you mindful, where you have nothing to worry, nothing to think. Be positive, keep your heart clean, keep your conscience clean, never harm anyone, never engage in activities that are unethical. So that's a very, very important foundation of Nature Bright, right? If you've done no wrong, and if you've never, done anything unethical, you'll always sleep well. You might feel bad. You might feel bad that your friend there is worth $10 million. You know, he's fleeced money out of people and he's worth $1 million or $10 million or 100 crore. लेकिन तुम्हें लगेगा कि वो हमसे ज़्यादा सुखी है, but if you really ask him, you are much better off than he is, because he's always living in fear. You know, so that's what the truth of life is.
Yeah.
So let's open it up. Anyone wants to chat? Any questions on 21 days, and then we can take it.
Can you guys hear me?
Hi, sorry, who's this?
Dina.
Hey, Dina. Hi, good to hear your voice.
Yeah. A quick question with regards to 21 days.
Yeah, Dina, please carry on.
So in terms of 21 days, you know, the three doshas, kapha, pitta, and vata. So if somebody has got a mix, like me, when I did my test again, I was 38 vata, about 50 pitta, and 11 kapha, which I wasn't before. So it's very interesting that probably every test gives you a different results.
Yeah.
So if you're on 21 days, what diet would you follow?
Good. So a fantastic question. So in my case, I met a Ayurved professional who does the Nabi check by checking your pulse.
Yeah.
And when she checked me, she said, I'm Pitta. So I told her, no, that is not possible, because I've got major Vata issues. I'm Vata Pitta. So she said, no, Vata Pitta is your Vikriti, which is your state today. But my structural, which is my Prakriti, my natural state is more Pitta. So with the change in season, which is winter's onset, and whenever the temperatures are cold, the Vat kicks in, whereas the Vikriti keeps changing. So in your case, you're probably more on the Vat side, genetically or naturally, but the current scenario puts you more on the Pit side. So whatever your state is today, you will follow that state. So if you're currently on the Pit side, you will avoid citrus stuff. You will eat. You cannot go without a meal completely. You will eat that one meal a day. you will have cooling stuff, which is like the ash god juice every morning to balance out the pitta. You will have, you can have slightly raw or blanched or sorted kind of food. You will not have spicy stuff because spicy aggravates the pitta. You will, you might not be very uncomfortable in slightly cold climates, which you otherwise would be. How is the weather in the UK now?
Cold, very cold.
But is it less discomforting now than it used to be earlier?
So the weather's changing today again. So yesterday was sunny. Today is going to be rain and it's going to fall between 11 and 12 degrees. So the weather's
So when you
changing.
yeah, so Dina, generally when your vata is very high, winters become very uncomfortable. When your pitta is high, the winters are not that uncomfortable. Is that, do you feel something like that?
So as you said, you know, when you did your nadi, so here my nadi check with the Ayurved, and he told me I was pure pitta. And when I do test, it says I'm pure half vata and half pitta. So not sure. Maybe I need to consult Nadi Ved again and see how, you know, what my prakriti is. But in terms of
So then
in terms of being uncomfortable in winter, generally I think I have nose blocked during the night. So that's my uncomfort.
Yeah.
Apart from that, nothing else.
Yeah.
My pain levels are similar. In summer, it's less compared to winter. So that's the difference.
Yeah. So, Dina, I think what Dr. Mehta also says, and many Ayurveda professionals also say, because there is some element of kapha, pitta, and vata in everyone, which keeps alternating with the times and day parts and mornings and evenings as well. You will have to listen to the body on how you're feeling. So, to give you an example, many vata people who have major constipation and evacuation, bloating, and they have a problem and they need to go to the washroom multiple times. So when the vata is high, it is hugely recommended to use castor oil. But when the vata is low and the pitta is high, then instead of castor oil, people tend to use isabgol. I don't know what that's called in English. Isabgol is husk.
Yeah, I've got that.
Dissolved water.
Psyllium husk.
Yeah, so husk. Yeah, so husk is cooling. So if you dissolve a glass of water with 1 tablespoon of husk and you let it be for about 3-4 minutes, then it expands and becomes one thick liquid. And if you gulp that down, followed with a few glasses of water, it releases the pitta to a great extent. So you will have to see how your body is every single day. And I don't have too much kapha on me, but many a times when I'm traveling, I was in the hills last week in Rishikesh, so my cuff went up and I could sense that. So I did not have the helium. I had some churn. In fact, the one that I got from Bhuj, from that veggie.
Yeah.
The 4 things that you made for me, amazing, amazing. It just did wonders for me because the vata was high, so it's very subjective on every single day, but you'll have to listen to the body, whether you've got the pith high or the vata high. So in your case, on the 21 days, you will have to play it every single day on how you're feeling, and accordingly you will change the diet plan. But either vata or pitta, you will have a meal every day because you're not overweight. You're perfect. So you will eat every day. But the bottom line remains those 21 days we will dedicate to ourselves.
Yeah.
We have to be conscious that these are the 21 days, that after 21 days, I will move from here to here. I'm going to do this every day. And that's the discipline that we follow. And the reason we are doing that together, because it gets difficult to follow a regime alone. But when you are a community of 10, 20 or 100 people doing it, then there's a lot of peer pressure and you want to do it. And that's the whole reason why we're doing it.
Sure. Thank you.
So
yeah,
just to add to what Dina was saying, I'm the same. My Pitta is high and Vata is low. So it's like Pitta is 45, Vata is 36. And I think whatever we did with juice cleansing helped tremendously for me.
Yeah, it would have cleansed a lot of things. सुजीत, अंदर से बहुत कुछ निकला होगा तुम्हारा
Yeah.
और अभी भी निकला होगा क्योंकि उस समय you would have mobilized a lot of muck that's stuck in the body. Those 21 days, like if you leave a water tank dry, you know, उसमें daily पानी जा रहा है तो काई जमी पड़ी है. The fungus is there, the alga is there. But when you stop the supply and you dry it for 20, 21 days, then all of that gets loose. And some of it comes out and some of it gradually comes out. You know, there was a guy in some other forum that I chatted with. There is something called the Mucoid Plague. If you Google that, Mucoid, Mucoid Plague, which is basically the lining that forms on the intestine. It is like a thin layer that gets formed on the intestine, and he went on a 2-month fast because he had major problems. And after the fast got over, he was feeling very good, nice, light and all. One fine day after, I think 3-4 weeks after he had completed the fast, if you Google Mucoid Plague, uska article mil jaye, he got panicky because when he went to the washroom, he thought his intestines had come out. So basically क्या हुआ था, the mucoid plague, जैसे एक layer होता है ना, that came out, which was almost a few feet lengthy. It was like a lamba thing that came out, which was like some elastic material. And he said that after it came out, suddenly, within a few minutes, he felt like he was 21. The body suddenly just became so powerful because there was something blocking it which came out in one piece. It's a rare phenomena. Medical science obviously rubbishes something called a mucoid plague. Medical science says you have to take laxatives and you have to go to doctor and to MRIs and NRIs. But ये fact है mucoid plague and it's the most obvious thing. So in your case, don't get into any tests or doctors or something. As long as you can walk, talk, sleep, eat, breathe, run, you are perfectly normal. आप कोई भी test कराओगे, it will play with you. It will play on your mind. BP 120, 80 की जगह 140, 70 हो रहा है, 140, 110 हो रहा है, वो तो होएगा ही. आज mood अलग है, कल mood अलग है, आज मौसम अलग है. There is nothing that if you do a medical test, anyone does any medical test, it is impossible that all your parameters will be perfect. कभी cholesterol LDL कम है, कभी ये ज़्यादा है, कभी वो ज़्यादा है, कभी कम है, and that thing becomes a reason for panic and make yourself sick. So every day you're different. Some days you're feeling very happy and energetic, you want to do so much work. Some days you're feeling depressed. You know, it all changes. You have to let the natural body keep curing itself. Yeah, Dina, Sujit. So let's prepare. I look forward to names from all of you guys. And as you guys keep throwing up names, we'll finalize the name. And I would love to request 7-8 key people to drive this with me. Obviously, Max is going to be one of them, who's been very active. Sujit is going to be one of them. Swaroop is going to be one of them. Umesh is going to be one of them. There's a lady called Vinti. She's not there, but she's part of the group. She will be one of them. And 7 of 8 of us will take roles, and we will expand this together. Look forward to the names, guys. Anything else? We sign up for today. Thank you, guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank
all right, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Thanks.